Hey guys, Sheila here from Mediavandals. In today's video, we're going to be walking through the process that I use to take my ideas out of my head, put them on paper, move them over to a video, and then from the video, use it to create blog posts. Now, the purpose of today's video is actually around creating content for your business. It's actually about creating blog posts and content that search engines can pick up, that people can consume, that will help grow your business because you're generating a lot of useful information for people to read and consume. However, the problem is many business owners look at this task and it is incredibly daunting. And the reason why it is so daunting is because it's a lot of work. And I'm not going to lie, creating content is work. However, creating content also puts you ahead of your competition because we're on, I think, day 54 of these 100 days of 100 videos in 100 days. And I can guarantee you, even though I have put it out there to my colleagues and to other people to jump on board with this challenge and create 100 videos in 100 days, that nobody is doing it. Maybe one or two people will jump in, but it's a lot of work. They're looking at it and they're thinking, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for 100 days. It's a lot of work to shoot and upload a video every day for 100 days. So when you are talking to somebody about creating content for their business, having to sit down in front of a computer and type out content, whether it's weekly or monthly or bi-monthly or bi-weekly, even if it's just monthly, which is 12 posts over the span of 1 year, it's a lot of work and people just don't want to put in the effort because they're looking at it and thinking, where am I going to find the time to do this? Now, creating a video is a great way to get your content out or your thoughts out. And even if it's just creating audio, again, it's a great way to get your content and your thoughts out. Creating content is a great way to get ahead of your competition. Because you're constantly putting out useful information to people that might be interested in your business, your product, or your service. And I can guarantee that your competition isn't doing it because it's a lot of hard work. So the big misconception that a lot of business owners have is that creating content is going to be really difficult. Not just hard work, but really difficult. And the purpose of this video is for me to walk you through my process for creating content to show you that it's not that difficult to do. And if you go back to day 1, 2, and 3 of these videos, you will see I give you a framework for creating videos. Now, it doesn't have to be videos. You could use audio instead. The problem comes with when you are sitting down in front of a computer and you have that blank page open, or you're sitting in front of a notebook and you've got your pen and your paper out and you're really not sure what to say. So I've said this on a past video. I personally believe that writer's block is a myth. There is no such thing as writer's block. Writer's block is an excuse not to write. And if you're an author and you're suffering from writer's block and you get mad at me for saying that, then you get mad at me for saying that. But if you have a framework to follow, writer's block is a myth. You will be able to get the content out of your head. You just need a framework. So in this video, I'm going to show you the framework, which I've given you in a previous video, and I'm going to link it in the description below. So you can go to my Google Doc, hit File, make a copy, and you have this framework to help you create content. So there's a few things that I do. The first thing is I start with a page, and in video 2 of the 100-day challenge, I show you how to go through an exercise that gives you a bunch of different topics based around your business. So in this one, I have how-tos, reviews, versus, and then other. There are 5 big things that you can follow in order to come up with topics for your business. For mine, for how-tos, I put how to work with clients remotely, how to do keyword research, how to install Google Analytics. This one is how to turn a video into a blog post. And then I have some softwares that you can use. If you're a yoga instructor, you could do things like how to pick out the perfect yoga mat for your achy bones, or how to choose a yoga studio that's right for your needs, or how to choose between different types of yoga classes based on your goals. There's many different types of yoga classes. Not everybody knows what they are. Not everybody knows what they need. So there's a ton of content you can create using the Big 5 framework. Again, go back to video 2, I believe it is. And you will see that framework. And then in video 3, I go through how to write out what you're going to say in your video. Now that video, that framework for the video can also be used for blogs. We are going to jump over to my computer and I'm going to walk you through all the steps I take. And again, like I said, you don't need to do video with this. What you can do is, if you're on either an iPhone or an Android device, you're going to download an app called Otter, Otter. And what it does is you can just put your phone down and turn the app on and speak. Just start talking. You have a topic. Let's say it is how to get your backyard ready for winter, how to winterize your backyard. You are a landscaper. You want to winterize your backyard. That's the content you want to give people. You turn on Otter on your phone, put it down, and just start talking. Use the framework that I'm going to show you here. Again, that framework is in video 3, and I will link to it in the description below, so you can download a copy. And you'll go through the framework and just start talking. Now, when you're done and you hit the stop button, Otter is going to take the recording of you talking, and it is going to transcribe it. And once it transcribes it, you can take that transcription, you can get a copy, open it in a Word doc, and just start editing it into a blog post that you can now use on your website or send out in some email marketing to your clients, or use it in your marketing materials. So let's jump over to my screen here. Okay, so now we're on my screen, and this is the content framework that I was talking about. So as you can see, use this framework to start creating your own video scripts or blog posts, so it can be used for both. And it starts out with the promise. And the promise is to introduce the viewer to what they're going to get by reading your blog post or watching your video. So in this video, you're going to learn why people aren't sticking around on your website for long. In this video, you are going to learn how to turn your video into a blog post. The problem or bust a myth. We want to write out a few bullet points to reference the problem that most people are facing. So in this video, we are talking about the problem with a lot of business owners is they look at creating content and they think it is too hard and they don't have enough time. They think it is going to be too much work to do. That is the myth in this video that you are watching right now. So then the resolution is how you teach 2 or 3 ways that the viewer can solve this problem. And as an example, in this video, I am teaching you how you can take your video and transcribe it and turn it into a blog post. And then finally, at the end of your script, whether it is a video or a blog post, you want a call to action. You want to ask the viewer to do something. In this video, I'm going to ask you to, number one, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And number two, I have a free guide on my website that will show you 5 tips to a winning website project. Head to Mediavandals.com and enter your email to download it. It will be delivered straight to your inbox. So now that we have the framework that we're going to use, the next step is to pull out your piece of paper and a pen. And you're just going to jot down some bullet points of what you're going to talk about. And the reason why we're jotting down bullet points is because when we get talking, we might forget a few things. And we want to make sure that we are chatting about the specific thing that we want people to know, such as winterizing our backyard. And we don't want to miss anything, and we also don't want to lose our train of thought. So it's always good to have a few bullet points. You don't need to write out an entire script. It should come naturally. So we'll just write out a few bullet points that we can take a look at and remember what we're going to talk about. Now, remember, you are the expert in whatever it is that you are deciding to create content around. So a few bullet points should give you what you need in order to turn those bullet points into a topic, such as right now, I'm taking you through these steps. I don't have a script that I'm following. I just know that I want to take you through a few steps. I know what I use to create my content, and I know the framework that I follow. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm the expert in how I'm doing this. Now I'm sharing that knowledge with you. So once we have this framework in our hands and our few bullet points, we're going to either jump on a video or we're going to pull out our phone and we're going to turn on that otter.ai app. So if you're going through this and you decide to shoot a video, the next steps after you have this framework is to turn on your camera and start talking. So we're going to come over to the second tab here. And as you can see, 6 tips for better Google reviews. So this is a 23-minute video that I shot on September 30th. I was answering some questions to clients who were asking how to get better Google reviews. And I had been asked it a few times, so I realized that this is a piece of content that people will want to hear. People will want to read about this. They'll want to see it. They'll want to hear it. It will be very helpful to my clients. So I jumped on video and I decided to create a 23-minute video on 6 tips for better Google reviews. Now, once I had that video done, I started thinking perhaps I should not only create a blog, but also send out an email to other clients who don't subscribe to my YouTube channel or who don't watch YouTube videos, because they might find this information helpful as well. Since I had already shot the video and I hadn't transcribed it, the next thing that I did was pull out my phone and put it down beside the speaker on my computer. Then I pressed play on this video while I had Otter open, and Otter transcribed this video for me. So that came to step 3, which is right here. Otter's app actually uploads everything to the web. And then once it gets up to the web, it will transcribe it and then allow you to export the text. So as you can see, I've got the full transcription here. This is my 23-minute video. It's broken it up by speaker because I took some pauses in between, so it tried to break it up. But when I export this, I can turn those things off. I don't want to include the speaker name. I don't want to include the timestamps. I don't want to export it as a monologue. And then I can just get one big section of text here. So once I export that, I can then take that text and bring it over to my website where I will paste it into my post box. And then from there, I can read through it and make the edits that I want. So that brings us over to my blog. And here it is right here. It's a 16-minute read, 6 tips for better Google reviews. And when I click on read more, I have now entered it into my website, but I've taken that text, I've edited it, I've italicized the comments that I wanted to be italicized, I've highlighted areas that I want you to pay attention to, and I've added a few images into the tutorial walkthrough of Google My Business, so people will have a visual of what this is talking about. In the video, I actually screen shared. Since I can't screen share in a post, I have taken screenshots and included those images. So there you have it. That is the process that I go through when I am shooting a video and then turning it into a blog post. And then once it's a blog post, I can also write up a little email to my clients and send it out with a newsletter and a link to both the blog post and the video, so people have a choice of what they want to see. Once that's done, the next thing to do is just ping Google, which you should be able to do in the back end of your website if you have some Google Analytics installed, which we will shoot a different video for. So Google will now see this article, and then your next task after you do that is to push it out to your social media, let your clients know you have a blog. The search engines will start picking it up. If you have any partner networks, let them know you've written a blog, perhaps tag them in it so that they'll push it out to their members. So as you can see, it's not difficult to create content. It does take time, but really all you need is a smartphone. Download that otter.ai app. It's a free app up to 600 minutes per month. After 600 minutes, you need to pay, but 600 minutes is 10 hours of transcription. I shoot these videos every day. This one's probably coming in around 20 minutes, and I'm not even using the 600 minutes per month. So you can definitely use it for free. You will need to do a little bit of a proofread. It's artificial intelligence transcribing. So if you're not speaking too clearly, it may bungle up the words. Number 1, write down what you want to talk about. Number 2, a little bit of bullet points. Number 3, turn on your app or your video and just start talking. If you're doing it through video, then once you're done, put your phone beside your computer and play it back so it can transcribe. Then you take that transcription, post it in your website, edit the text a little bit, hit that publish button. There's your post. You are now 100 steps in front of your competition who is not posting weekly or daily or monthly or whatever. Let me know in the comments down below if you found this helpful. Again, like I said, I have a free guide on my website that you can download. It's called Five Steps to a Winning Website Project. Just go to Mediavandals.com and you can download that. Hit the subscribe button on this YouTube channel to get more great videos. I post new videos every single day with tips and tricks to help grow your business. Like and follow us on Facebook. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Cheers.